Welcome to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I'm your host, Kevvy. This week, the guests are comedian Ryan Williams and improviser Christine Bortolin.
Also, I know this gets thrown on the internet with a recorded part, so I have a coffee that I think would be funny to show to the camera because I can't leave garbage in these people's yard I'm working in.
Wow.
So it's a coffee with a dirty sock and cigarette butts.
This is the most masculine thing I've ever seen.
What?
And it's not pockets.
Not very masculine.
I don't know.
Right now, you're looking like an alpha male more than ever before.
Alpha males hire people to do their yards.
Well, you're a strong beta.
Yeah. A strong beta. I like that.
That's your album title that you should have.
Yeah, big beta.
Big beta.
Just flexing.
I love that you put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Well, because I was going to throw it in the garbage. I'm like, nah, I'm doing comedy.
So you're a prop comic. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for coming, guys.
Thanks for having us, Kevvy.
Yeah, really last second you both agreed to this. I appreciate it.
Nice.
I liked hearing about your football stories.
Oh, yeah?
Can you tell some football stories? You used to play football.
Yeah.
You just said you were a bench rider at UBC.
Yeah, bench rider at UBC, and then before that, I played in a league called the BCFC. Not to brag or anything, but I was a part of the 2007 Kamloops Broncos, which hold the number 2 all-time record for most point differential in a loss. Lost a football game 97-0.
That's like in Air Bud 2 Golden Receiver. Like that would have been an unrealistic score in that movie, and that really happened to you.
Yeah, it was crazy. So what happened was we were an expansion team, and the team we were playing, the Vancouver Island Raiders, they had a guy on their team that is now still in the CFL, Andrew Harris, and he was he was trying to break a record, and then he had to miss a game because he had an injury, and they're like, oh, you're not gonna break this record. And then they started playing us, and like, oh, maybe. And
you got like a whole season's worth of stats in one game.
Yeah, they had they have a cannon in their end zone on a pirate ship that they shoot off every time they score. So I just have like shell shock from it. Just be like, boom, touchdown Raiders. It's like, oh.
Wait, how many times is that scoring? 96 points divided by 7, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Was it all touchatouns?
Yeah, that would have been
touchdown after 2-point conversion.
I think so. I know there's like a pick 6, and we were down. I think what were we down at halftime? It was the worst halftime speech ever because it was.
Your coach wasn't motivating.
Well, it was just like our head coach. Yeah, they must have kicked a field goal because it was Fox. Yeah, because it would come. Oh, they also had the nerdiest kicker. Like, kickers are pretty nerdy, and this is 100% true. Their kicker painted his face like Darth Maul. And we lost to that guy.
Oh man, that's not even the coolest Darth.
Yeah.
Well, it's because their colors were red and black.
Okay.
And some people will do stuff under their eyes, but he was like, "Oh, I got something better than that."
You should have dressed like Jar Jar.
Well, we were the Jar Jar Binks of football that day. Many would say.
I like Jar Jar. That's a hot take.
Yeah, that is a hot take.
No one likes Jar Jar. They cut all his lines in all the movies after Phantom Menace because no one liked him.
Really?
Yeah, they hate him.
Maybe he's due for a cut.
He should have his own
comeback.
movie.
A Jar Jar solo film.
Jar Jar Solo. He's Han Solo's son.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Whoa.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I actually know nothing about Star Wars. I've seen all the movies in the theater once, and I kind of... I don't like them that much. I know it's like not a cool...
They're boring.
Like, I think so too, but a lot of fantasy stuff I don't really like that everyone loves but me. Like, I'm not a Game of Thrones guy because I don't like dragons and magic. It's just not exciting for me to watch. You look so offended.
you just gotta like get into the book series and like, because it's like two things. Like it is like a fantasy novel, but also it's like his take on historical fiction. Like because there's this French author, right, and he like wrote about anyways, and that's where I kind of so like when you're reading a book and each chapter is a different POV, because like that's what reading is like empathizing from a character's position. Like you're gonna like absorb a book on better ways, and it's like it depicts war better than any other fantasy novel.
Is that why you were dressed as a White Walker during that game?
Yeah.
That was your outfit?
Yeah, that was my outfit.
That's so cool. I don't know what that is.
Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah.
See, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I can't connect to it. Like, do you guys both love it?
I only watched the first few seasons, then I missed a couple, and it was just such a commitment.
Yeah,
Get
but
back in.
sometimes I just find the commitment aspect of it just too much. Like, I like Walking Dead, and then I just stopped trying at a certain point. Like, there's so many seasons of it.
Yeah, to try and enjoy something is a bizarre concept.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't like watching sports anymore. They just upset me.
Because after that one game?
No, like watching other people fail.
Oh, you're so empathetic.
Yeah, well, no, not really. It just makes me angry.
Okay.
And then, getting into like The Walking Dead, I'm like, oh, like maybe if I watch it a little more, it'll get better. Like, this is dumb. Like, go outside.
I know.
Walk around, put some stuff in a coffee cup. Come
Yeah,
on,
put a
live
sock
your
in a
life.
coffee cup, you bastard.
For our home viewers, for our YouTubers, I can't leave garbage in the yard I'm working in, so this is a coffee cup full of a sock. It's not my sock. That's another thing.
Wait,
and
what?
I have so many questions for you. I think you are empathetic, particularly to that lawn. You didn't want to leave a sock or a cup there.
Yeah,
just face it, man. You're empathetic.
Yeah, fuck! I'm trying to wear my flannel shirt and bottle up my emotions.
Yeah, the strongest beta.
No, what would E be? For empathy?
Yeah.
I'm an empa male.
Empanada male. You love that kind of cuisine. You guys wore a similar shirt.
We did. I went out for an audition today for a road worker.
Really?
Oh, shit.
So I was like, I'm not going to book this, but what will make me look, I don't know.
Why wouldn't you book it?
I just don't think I
believe in you.
You do?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So does Ryan, see?
Yeah.
Do you?
He does the job for real and he believes in you.
Yeah. Here.
Oh, yeah.
Put up your hand. See?
Oh,
the
my
easy.
God.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
I believe it.
But I was like the one going,
Wait, like in the yellow machine with the...
yeah.
Oh.
And I only have an N. So
I don't even have
I don't even know how to do
I
You
don't
were
it.
even
in
have
the
that.
actual machine?
Well, in my mind.
Oh,
Wait, do you need a driver's license to do one of those?
I don't know. I said I have an N.
Yeah, I'm a bad guy to ask. I got fired from a job because I lied about having a license. Not a driver's license, but a forklift license. It was
A
expired.
federal body inspector license?
Yes.
Cool, man. Female body inspector. That's what I meant, dude.
There was I got into my Fred's car and it was playing CBC Radio 1 and it was the most Canadian thing ever because it was like a soft voiced woman talking about how beavers have started to invade a lot of Canadian cities. And it was like talking about people getting mad at beavers and how they're causing, and then long story short, it'd be like come with me on my bad premise that I thought of, like a guy whose
where
job
that was going.
Yeah.
a government guy who has to like inspect beaver dams, so he's the federal beaver inspector. He's like, it's a real job.
That's gonna work, dude, if you just explain it how you just did.
Yeah, as long as he can whisper them.
Yeah.
You're set.
Beaver whisperer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Federal beaver.
FBW.
He gets to show up at the provincial beaver whisperer and be like, no rank, fellas.
We're tired of the sexual puns. That's the first thing we're gonna address at this meeting. Weren't you drinking beaver buzz on the way in here too?
It's Red Rain.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they had the convenience store I went to only had 4 energy drinks, and a man was stocking ice cream sandwiches, and I almost wanted to be like, I'll just take that, please.
Do you accept payment in socks and cups?
Yeah. I gotta get this away from here. I'm gonna take a drink from it.
It feels like it's full of coffee.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that socks felt like that when they're in a cup.
It's got it all.
I saw it. Well, it's a you know me. It's a pretty wet sock.
Okay.
It was raining.
Take a knee, Ryan.
It was raining.
But you just took out one?
It's not my sock.
Oh, whoa.
You gotta explain that because
Yeah, because you talk like you owned it. You're like, it's not on me. It was raining. You know me. The socks that I pick up, they're always wet.
yeah. And listen, I never own them.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know when you're collecting socks and putting them in cups? You don't? I thought that was a relatable premise.
You get it, right?
Yeah.
I was given a light slap on the wrist for putting up boards against the house. So he was like, the person I'm working with, we'll call him Ken. But he doesn't know what podcasts are. So I think his wife does his voicemail on his cell phone.
Whoa.
Like the outgoing message, or she listens to it?
Like when you call it, because I don't think he knows how to do voicemail. It's just like, hello, you've reached Ken. I won't say his last name.
Well, I was close. I know it starts with an M now, or maybe a P.
Yeah.
Who do you think it is?
Melville.
Oh, you can't. Oh, fuck!
Every time.
Oh, yeah.
I got
He's
it.
gonna list. He's gonna hear one podcast.
Yeah.
This is the one. He's like, I really want to support Ryan.
Oh yeah.
That guy's a good kid.
Yeah.
You know what? He had that panel mishap against the side of the house, but I'll forgive him.
Yeah.
But so he even thought it was my sock. He was like, you can use your sock. Everyone, just because you got a loose sock on you, everyone thinks it's yours. And I have a pair of socks in my bag.
Probably on your feet too.
Yes. Had to check.
They
You
look
just
like
checked one side.
they look like they had a good design on them. What are they? Was that hockey net? What is that, Ed?
I don't know. I think that
Looks like Moulin Rouge themed socks.
Or like a robot's wound.
Yeah. Oh, that's totally what it is.
Oh yeah. I don't. That's what it is now.
Yeah, man.
Also, when I pulled my pants up, so much dirt came out on the floor.
Oh man, that's the coolest. This is the dirtiest podcast I've ever been on. What kind of socks do you have?
Oh, gray.
Okay.
Semi-wet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are they in a cup or what?
You're in shoes. Damn it.
I call my shoes cups, so I'm in the game still. Give me that foot cup.
And in Australia, they are known to drink out of a shoe and call it a shoey.
Really?
So down under, shoes is cups.
And cups is shoes.
Cups is shoes.
You just made Australians sound so stupid. I loved it. We were talking about, Sean McDonald. We were talking about how, because he's Irish, he's like, anyone's allowed to make fun of Irish people or Australian people, and I think it's because they like it. That was what he was saying.
Oh, trust me, the audiences I performed in front of Whistler, they do not like it.
When you do the old cup shoe joke, not into it.
You know how you look.
It couldn't possibly be because of that impression.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't understand what you were saying.
It's the worst impression ever. Oh, when you fetch your monster, you gotta put your cups on.
Oh. That's just accurate, I think.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that's the only place a cup's ever been thrown at me.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Did it come off their foot?
No, they like threw the ice and the lime at me, and then the guy was trying to throw the cup, and his friend stopped him.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
But it was
his hand in first.
Yeah, it was a cup, not a shoe.
One time my band was playing in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and this kid kept popping up and spitting in my face and then ducking down again, and up again, spit in my face, down. And then I had bronchitis too. I was so sick. And after the show, he came up to me and my band, and I turned to the Lewis in my band. I was like, "Oh, look, it's the guy I'm gonna kill." And then he's like, "You're my favorite band." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "In Scotland, we spit on you if it's good." And I was like,
"What?
Don't do it. Don't do that."
That sounds so.
Do you know about that, Andy? He's from England. That sounds fishy. Maybe he's lying. He just wanted to spit on me, I think.
Yeah.
And that's what you would say,
yeah.
Oh, you.
Sounds a lot like the Australians.
Yeah.
Oi!
I just learned that Australia,
my favorite band.
Australia and Scotland's the same place. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people. Well, like if you look on, because as we all know, the Earth is flat. So globes lie and they make them seem far away.
Right.
But they touch.
Well, here's the thing: is the biggest victim in this whole flat Earth thing we're realizing is true is the globe manufacturers. So I'm gonna get on it and I'm gonna invent the flat Earth carpet. I just think it's a good idea. Yeah, Ryan, you seem skeptical. I am taking donations.
For a prototype?
Yeah, for prototypes. I think carpets are pretty expensive. I think dye and ink is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of map are you going to do? You going to do that racist map, or are you going to do the one that portrays Africa's size accurately? Y'all ever seen that episode of The West Wing?
Didn't get into it.
Man.
But that's a real thing. Africa is portrayed way smaller. Like if you got 5 minutes to kill, go on Google. How big is Africa? ? And then there'll be this person will show you how many countries fit into Africa. It's quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
You know who really gets screwed on the globe is whoever that seam is going through.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're highlighted.
Oh, maybe. Maybe that seam is really there.
Whoa. I'm sure that's
Ryan hates globe talk. It seems like he just
stressed you out.
Yeah, he was like, "Look, can we talk about socks and cups more?
Yeah.
It's my comfort zone."
Yeah. Well, no, that's unfortunately my thinking face looks like a man in panic, but I was genuinely thinking.
Okay.
Sometimes maps scare me.
Yeah.
Not like physical maps, but the concept of geography, because I went to a school with it turns out, a really bad geography program.
Really?
I found out last year that Hawaii is on the west coast, not the east coast.
See his face again?
Yeah, I just fucking blew your mind.
Well, yeah, you are talking to grade 6 Kamloops geography champion.
Whoa.
Stop bragging, dude.
Yeah. Got smoked in regionals, though. I was not ready for the West Vancouver regionals. I got smoked. Like, devastated. They put me with grades 8s too, grade 8s and 7s. Like, I was like a flat earther and can't finish the metaphor.
What were the questions?
No.
What was the question? Like, where's Portugal?
Not what I studied. I remember I became because sometimes I'll get especially when I was a little kid, I would get an abstract idea in my head and then like have to solve that thing. But like I remember I was obsessed. I'm like, there's 4 oceans. How many seas are there? And there's so many seas. So that took up like a week of study.
Wow, what a smart kid you were.
The teacher thought was upset that I had went on. She couldn't believe it.
What?
Why?
Because I was a bad kid. Except when it came to maps. I'm like slowly revealing.
Oh, I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you a good student?
I was good in elementary school, and then I think I stopped caring.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't care in high school. I was an awful student.
Yep, same.
Like, I basically graduated high school because of my counselor being like, look, he's already, because I was going to audio school and music school while I was in high school. It's like, he's already doing that. Let's just let him go.
Yeah.
Let's not fail his ass and keep him here. It was really what happened.
I mean, that's nice that you had someone that was like gunning for you.
Yeah.
That's, I did not have that.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'm in grade 8, which is when high school started for me.
Same.
Okay, yeah. I had this English teacher, and I had like 75% in the class or something, which you could potentially go into honors or like the advanced English.
Really? With 75%?
Yeah. And so I went up to my teacher and I was like, I've got 75. Like, maybe I could think about, moving up. And she's like, I wouldn't.
Whoa!
She's like, it's not.
What's her first name and the first consonant of her last name?
Yeah! Last name. Okay, no, maybe I shouldn't say it.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, so then for the rest of the year, right after that, I was like, well, she just signed her own
good
thing. Yeah, and then I just acted like a total jerk
nice
for the rest of it.
So you're practicing your improv.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, that's what it was. Fights in class for jokes.
Oh, damn.
I remember in 8th grade science, my report card, it's the teacher, he didn't like me, and he put, Kevin just talks to the girls all class.
Ugh.
Come on, man. He's just jealous, clearly.
Yeah. Why is he looking at those girls?
Should be looking at me. Yeah.
On your report card, it said, "Do you like me?" Yes.
But it was an origami. It was one of those, but it was a report card. I went to an art school. An Asian art school. Yeah. I actually did go to an art school. I went to Langley Fine Art School.
Oh, cool.
So you had to get accepted there for being good at something, and I was good at drawing and painting, which I do none of now.
Oh, damn.
Because I'm always like very like one thing at a time I'll be obsessed with, and so it was drawing and painting, and then when I got into that school I got really into basketball, and they didn't have a sports program. Yeah. And then I got into music and then stopped caring about basketball. Yeah.
That's
what about
fair.
you? Did you do improv in high school as well?
Yeah, I did the Canadian Improv Games, which is like
awesome. Like
improv
Nathan
thing,
Fielder and those people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I did that. And then we didn't really have a theater program at my school.
Mm-hmm.
We had like a carpeted room
Okay.
with dark green walls, not black, just dark green.
Cool.
They refused to paint them black. And we did a play in our final year, and it was a musical called The Black Donnellys, which was about like all these like Irish Canadians and like gangs and stuff.
Yeah.
And none of us could sing, and it was a musical, and all the fights were real in it. Or something. What? So there's a lot of fighting in it, and they just like physically grappled. At one point, an axe has to be thrown, and they just used an axe and threw it, but tried to just aim it into the back.
What?
Yeah, and then one showing of it, a glass, they used real glass, and they were supposed to like break glass on stage, and they really broke it, and it was a carpeted floor, and so then during the grappling fights, one of the lead guys got glass in his eye.
And it was the best play that ever happened.
Yeah.
That like stressed me out to hear about it even.
It was a trip.
Holy.
I'm stressed out because I broke a cup in my sleep last night and I just left it.
Now you're right.
Yeah.
Where?
Your life is so cup centric.
Yeah. I'm always drinking, baby.
Keep hydrated.
Where is it? Under your pillow?
Like in his dream, like you had a dream that you broke a cup.
No, I was playing with fire. I was
Literally. Yeah. We both would not be surprised.
How else are you gonna heat up your warm cup of milk with an old bed fire? No,
that common adage.
Bed
fire.
I broke my rule. I took my laptop into bed, which is always like the end of productivity. And then so I was like doing that, my like little depression view where I post it up and then I'm reading on the side, and then on my headrest there is enough space to put a cup of water. I believe it was a Richards, the beer brand, pint glass full of water, and then I just fell asleep and I knocked it over and it broke, and then I got up and then just turned off the lights and closed my laptop and went back to bed because it was out of my stepping region.
Yeah.
Right, but was it like in the region of your laptop?
No,
Okay.
I'm lying down. Laptop to the right, cup to the left.
Okay.
Yeah, don't ever mix those up. Because I broke a laptop by dropping it off my bed in my sleep. Really? That's why I brought in the rule, and I live reckless.
Oh man,
I sleep hard.
Wow. Could you not fix the laptop, and did you like lose a lot of important things that were on it?
Yes, important. No, I surprisingly, one of the few things where I have my life together is I always keep everything on a USB hard drive. So I did not lose my spec script to the 2 season and done CTV show Spun Out. So that's still on there.
Oh, good.
Nice.
So yeah, that's there, and that's useless. And it
for
joins
posterity.
Yeah, and now it joins Mr. D and Schitt's Creek. Now join it because those shows are done.
Oh.
And then taxes. And
you have tax information on there?
And bad jokes and joke premises.
Oh man.
How do you know they're bad?
Yeah.
Because I tried them in front of people and they were like, nope.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
Not everything's a sock in a cup, as we say in the biz.
Classic. Everyone knows that saying, even in Australia.
That was the famous thing. When Carson didn't like your set, he would clap. When he liked it, he'd nod. But when he thought you were special, he'd give you a sock in a cup.
And he only had so many per year.
Yeah.
So you had to be very good.
But he only had 2.
He only had 2. One went to Whoopi Goldberg. The other one went to Whoopi Goldberg. She's very special. Remember when she was a stand-up comedian and not just the host of a morning show? She was like a really respected, like edgy stand-up comedian. Then she was in the film Ghost.
Yeah, and she was in the that Karina
Oh yeah.
movie. She was great in that.
She
She's a
married
good
Ted
actor.
Danson at a certain point. What an
Yeah.
illustrious, interesting life.
Yeah.
She married Ted Danson?
Yeah, then they were in a movie together.
That's not the most shocking thing about the Ted Danson Whoopi Goldberg relationship. You know where I'm
sounds
going
like
with
a-
this,
I
right?
don't actually.
Super funny couple. What? Tell me.
Oh, well, yeah, it was super funny. One time at an event, I think it was the roast of her, he dressed up in blackface.
Oh.
Yeah! Ted Danson, blackface. You can Google it.
Whoa, you wouldn't do
And
that
Dum
on
Dum.
Cheers.
Oh, and did the divorce papers get filed like the next day or something?
No, I think there's like an article where she was like, I don't know, he's in, I don't know.
Whoa.
It wasn't a big issue, but it's like,
When was that?
Yeah.
it was in the 90s. It was
Okay.
crazy. Clinton was in office.
Clinton.
I don't know.
Hell yeah. Great sax player.
Yeah.
Remember he went on Arsenio Hall and played the saxophone. Everyone was like, this guy's cool.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't know that either?
No. I got a lot of things.
Let's tell her some more stuff maybe she doesn't know.
Tell me about the 90s.
Well, let's talk about who else is there that would be interesting from the cast of Cheers. Woody Harrelson, at a certain point, wasn't known to be a great actor. He was just on Cheers. So when he got cast in my favorite movie, White Men Can't Jump, everyone was like, what are you doing? He can't be funny. Like, he can't play back. And then he's like really good. So that kind of ties everything we're talking about in, because you played sports.
Sick.
Yeah, and you liked basketball.
I love basketball. I went to a basketball camp and I snapped my wrist.
Ooh.
Did you break a lot of bones when you're playing football?
Never broken a bone in my life.
Really?
Whoa.
Take the backcountry skied, played football, played rugby, and just loved hit my head with a hammer.
With the hammer.
Loved hit my head with a hammer.
You know that sport?
Yeah, that's sport, right? Here it's in the Olympics.
No, I've never
Summer Olympics.
never broken a bone, but like the whole left side of my body is like no, I've probably broken some digits before because
Okay.
they just kind of like heal.
Whoa. That's
I
a
like you called them
power-
digits.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Well, like is it a toe, a finger?
Yeah.
What
so.
we're podcasting here. The listeners want you to which is funny that I'm using so many words to say brevity, but they want you to be quick. What I'm gonna say, fingies and toes? No, digits.
Fingies and toes is funny though, and this is a comedy podcast.
Yeah, it's cute too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cute as hell, man.
I've separated my shoulder a whole bunch. I have like ulnar nerve damage in this arm. I said the shoulder thing, and then like multiple surgeries on my left knee.
Oh, but never broken a bone.
No, man. And I'm lactose intolerant, so don't listen to fucking Big Milk. You can get calcium other ways, and you'll still have strong as shit bones. And that's why I'm really here today, to tell you that those dairy farmers are full of shit. They're green pills. They're tough to swallow, especially for a 9-year-old. But you just choke those down with some water. Sometimes water comes out your nose because the pill gets lodged in your throat. But you force those Life brand calcium pills down your throat, and you will never break a bone except maybe a digit.
Whoa.
You have the Ryan Williams guarantee.
My dad.
Is there anything better?
That's crazy. My dad didn't believe in lactose intolerance when I was.
He should watch me try and drink a milkshake.
Or me.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Hey, we're all lactose intolerant?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's so cool. You wanted another one.
Because white supremacists are trying to get into milk because you're more genetically predisposed if you're not of Western European origin to handle lactose. And like also they're dumb and milk is white, so they're like trying to make it a thing. Like if you'll see like super nationalist people on Twitter, they'll have like a glass of milk emoji like in their thing and a Pepe frog. And
Dude, they're fucking losers.
they really are.
Dude,
Take it.
I don't care who hears it. I hate white supremacists, man. I don't like them.
Yeah.
You know?
But I feel bad for the guy who's like a closet lactose intolerant.
It's like just every night after every meeting, he's in such pain.
Oh, I hope they all are. I hope they all get diarrhea for life.
That's what they do together. That's how they became friends.
But sorry, I interrupted your story.
No, that was it. He just would make us. You'd get either you could drink water, you could drink milk, or I was raised by a single dad.
Yeah.
You could drink water, you can drink milk, or you can. He would get the. I don't know if you guys had those Minute Maid frozen juice things.
Yep.
He'd only use like a quarter to save, and so it really would just taste kind of like flavored water and just make you more thirsty.
Yeah.
So I just drank water pretty much.
Good.
Now I only drink water.
Good.
Which I guess is good.
Yeah. That is good. Did you ever break a bone?
Yes, I was very.
Should have drank more milk, probably.
That's what it was. That's what it was. I was going for the water.
Yeah, man.
Juice.
Water weakens your bones, I read.
Fills them with water, buddy. Holes.
Sorry, go on.
But I like wrapped my long gangly legs around like a little chair, and then the bell went for school, and I was so excited to leave that I just shot up without unwrapping my legs, and I kind of flew into a cube and a pencil that knocked my kneecap in half.
Oh,
yeah, my carpool didn't believe me.
that's a
She was
great
like,
sentence.
You can walk that off.
What kind of monsters were you carpooling with?
Yeah.
Hey, half of me, get in the back. You're riding in the trunk now. It's punishment. And we're not going to the hospital. That's unbelievable. Did it make a sound? It's like the most painful thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember when I got home, I got taken to the hospital. And then I got put on crutches, which was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was in a wheelchair for 2 days, I think, while they, like, I don't know, figured out the crutches. Mm-hmm. And I was, like, the most popular kid in grade 2.
Oh, kids love injuries, man.
Yeah, they're like, come on, let's name some fish together.
Whoa.
You guys name fish? Is that a Vancouver, or, like, Burnaby?
Where were these fish?
They're like salmon in the river. You released salmon or some other fish in the river.
That sounds fun.
Oh, yeah. You, like, raise them from little eggs.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and then when they were big enough, you put them in the creek.
Whoa.
Or a river.
That's
Probably
cute
river.
too.
And then the rival school's bear mascot.
That's hilarious. That's how they get you.
Whoa, a rival elementary school. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really think that.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be a good sketch.
Yeah. Kids being mean is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Kids are the meanest.
Yeah.
It's like John Mulaney has that bit about how 12-year-olds will be insulting in a way that they you're surprised they know. It's like, look at that tall man. He's got feminine hips. It's like, oh, that's what I'm sensitive about.
Yeah. Spring break was a couple weeks ago. That was terrifying because you'd be out at like 11 o'clock and there's just teenagers in the SkyTrain like, leave me alone.
Yeah. Even being around them.
Yeah. I think you could beat up so many teenagers though, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, you could. With your strong bones?
You're a big guy, man. You could like some 12-year-olds, no chance.
Okay, do we tell this story?
Oh, tell it.
Yeah.
So I killed a 12-year-old. It was so easy.
Well, someone was told me after, they were like, this is a very bad idea. Okay, I'll preface this with two things.
Okay.
No, three. First, very intoxicated. Second, it was after the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight, so I was fired up. Third, I don't have data. That doesn't matter but whenever I'm in the SkyTrain, I always look at the news that they post. So like those 5 stories, I'm always up to date on. And the day before, there was a kid who was egged in North Van, and his parents said he went blind, but I have since checked this, and he just like his eye got really fucked up from the eggshells because he got egged and it hit him right in the eye.
Holy!
Oh, that's bad.
And then
luck.
That's another reason not to fuck with dairy. You see that?
Yeah.
It's
Or eggs.
Sorry, go on.
yeah. Sorry, I should have left it.
I didn't mean
Cows don't lay a lot of eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, they're both on the
I
farm.
thought eggs are considered dairy, no?
Are they?
No.
So-
Wait, am
Guys,
I wrong?
It's tough being this stupid, like, for these situations.
You know where Hawaii is.
I don't know about that. Go on.
Also, recalling like stuff doesn't make you smart. Like it's like how you think and critical thinking skills and like how you see images in 3 dimensions and stuff like that. I just know maps.
I don't even know those.
So
you heard about my concept.
But they said in the thing like it was a make of a BMW. So I got all this information in my head.
Right.
So I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we were below a bar, and then like I just felt this like whiz go by me, and it was like they tried to egg me, and who was it but like the 3 like the most West Side Vancouver looking kids ever in a BMW.
Oh man,
like one of those SUV ones, like the really nice ones. And then first rule of fighting a car, don't. Because the car is a vehicle. It moves, so
I think you could take on like an old VW Bug.
but the thing is,
You
like,
probably flip it over.
when you're coming at it, it's just gonna drive away. So I like fell and did a somersault, and then I was like so angry, and then was like, oh, that was really dumb. And then that was like so dumb. Like I almost got ran over by a car because an egg went near me. Like, that is an insane
But
thing.
there's no justice. I understand why you did that.
Yeah, man.
And then
Principle.
I was wearing like a Nike tank top and like weird shorts, and I had my bicycle with me, and she said like, she was like, oh, they probably like, because the corner was on Kevvy and Broadway, and they were like, oh, I probably thought you were a weird homeless guy or something, and that's what they'll do, they'll throw eggs at homeless people. And I was like, then I was mad, I'm like, oh, so I'm fucking homeless now. What am I paying all this rent for? And then as I'm like,
It's for show.
Man.
and then right as we're like, just like, and then I like exhale, it's like, okay, let's go home. And then fucking whap, whap, whap. They like went, drove around, came back and got me. And then I was like, I'll fucking show you who's homeless. And crazy.
So I bought a home.
So I
Show them the deed.
exact opposite. This story gets wild. So viewers at home, I'm not gonna stand up, but the Lord above blessed me with some quads, so I can pedal my bike real fast.
Confirm that.
So I sprinted up the hill of Kevvy to 12th, and what they were doing is there's a parking lot behind the Broadway City Hall SkyTrain station that they were doing loop-de-loops and hitting, and they had hit a bunch of people, and then this other guy on a bike was like, that I'm gonna take a photo of him, and then they're turning around and I'm following them, and I'm on my bicycle and I'm just pedaling so fast, I'm like, okay, what do I do? And this is like out of a cartoon. I'm pedaling so fast, I sidestep off my bicycle, I'm running beside my bicycle, and then I picked it up and threw it at the back of the BMW.
Holy shit, that's insane.
And it didn't do like any damage. Like that
Scared him though.
But BMW is good brand.
Just in case they're looking to give you a sponsorship deal.
They can take a bike. And then like I was like, oh, that was crazy. And then I felt really dumb. And then I went back to my girlfriend at the time, and then I was like, yeah, I found them. And I was following them, and I was right behind them on my bike, and she's like, oh, perfect. Did you take a picture of their license plate? And I was like, yeah, this is probably what I should have done. But like, man, you'll never feel more alive when you're like just running beside the bicycle you were once on and like picked it up. And it was wild. Like, it was one. I don't know if I could ever recreate that without falling.
Yeah.
Did people cheer?
What was the reaction?
Once you're throwing a bike at no one's on that guy's side.
Really?
I am.
No one's like,
I hate those kids.
Yeah, screw them.
And then it was weird because like while I was doing that, she had like called the police, and then I'm like, well, fuck, like what if I damage that BMW?
you get arrested and they press charges on you.
Yeah. They all had haircuts like my dad's a lawyer.
Yeah. Wow. Did you ever do any petty vandalism when you were a teenager or anything?
No, I didn't. I was like, I think I was a pretty good teen.
Mm-hmm.
I like quietly disobeyed the law.
Okay.
Not anything aggressive. I did like I didn't tell on things that I knew were illegal
Right.
that were going on around me.
That's your version of being like rebellious, is like not telling them.
Yeah,
As
like I worked at a Dairy Queen, and people
Okay.
were selling drugs out of the Dairy Queen.
Okay.
And they'd order different things and then double cup them. Then they'd get the
Holy
drugs in the
shit!
second
Any
cup.
socks?
There were napkins. If you took out, I guess I did. It was one of the supervisors that had us do it. So I guess I did. I was involved because they'd be like, they'd put drugs in the top of the napkin dispenser, and then they'd be like, okay, go bring this out to the front.
Yep.
And someone out there will go to the front to reach in and get a napkin, but they'll feel up the top and then pull out the drugs.
Holy, that's brilliant.
So I guess I was involved.
Yeah,
But
you
just
could be
free.
implicated.
And I wasn't paid. I was doing
Yeah.
it for free.
You should have got a cut of that, I think.
I should have $10.
Always getting kids to intern to abuse labor laws. Like, no matter whether you're a business or an illegal drug selling thing.
Or both.
Or both.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, besides the whole bike incident? Were you and your teenage friends into petty vandalism?
No comment.
Really?
Whoa. I was
was
raised Catholic, so maybe I
Okay.
had a lot of guilt.
I was not raised Catholic because my parents were raised Catholic, and maybe that's why. Because when you go to Catholic, because I always had to go to Catholic church because my cousins were still raised that way, and my dad had to convert to Catholicism to marry my mom, and then they were like very chill about it after. They didn't want to raise us religious.
Before that, he's a Scientologist, correct?
Yeah,
It's Tom Cruise.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Tommy.
So he talks to his dad.
Tommy.
Love Mission Impossible.
I fucking love you, Dad. I fucking love when you climbed that mountain and then did that weird spin. That's the only movie I remember, the second one.
Oh.
Rob Zombie was in the soundtrack. That's why I liked it.
Oh, nice.
But when they essentially, the Catholic priest, and you have to cross your arms to show that you are not blessed and saved in the eyes of the Lord. So a Catholic priest will like give the person beside you communion, give the person beside you, and then just be like, and you'll burn in hell. So it's like, and when I was 13, I got into religion super hard, but I
Really?
went Anglican. I was like a bit of a payback on the Irish family there. But it was mostly because the Reverend's son was cool, and we would like play Pokemon together.
Oh, yeah.
And they had cucumber sandwiches after service, and then that was the year I was really into tea.
Whoa. You don't get that with a Catholic.
Dude, cucumber sandwich is the worst sandwich I've ever heard of. That's
know,
it?
I like
You
that.
like that?
Not
They're
when
so
you're
light.
Wait, what else is in it? Brussels sprouts?
Cream cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes cream cheese.
Okay, there's
sometimes
the flavor,
butter.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's a nice crunch after a wholesome Protestant
You're
mass.
still doing your Catholic priest impression. I like that. That's a nice
I only have
Nice.
2 impressions.
Australian, Scottish people.
Yeah.
That's the same impression.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm allowed
priest.
to like impersonate other ethnicities on stage, because they're like, wow, they sound Australian. He should be canceled, but
Have you ever done a joke on stage when you got off stage? You're like, it was tasteless. I shouldn't have done that.
yeah. I won't say what the joke is.
Yeah, I shouldn't have asked that question
Yeah.
because that's going to
I'm
lead
sure I
nowhere,
have.
because you're not going to want to relive that. What about you on stage doing an improv?
Yeah. I mean, I started doing improv when I was like 14,
Yeah.
so I said a lot of bad stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think. And then you learn like, oh, you don't like shock comedy is stupid and lazy.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
And offensive. So
Right.
I need to stop doing it, hopefully. How about you? Did you ever?
Yeah, I guess so. It's funny though, because I sing on stage. Between songs, I'll try and say something funny sometimes, but sometimes I'll get off stage and be like, shouldn't have picked on that person in the front. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You didn't.
It's stream of
hurt that
consciousness.
kid.
Yeah. Maybe that kid who was spitting on me, I should have been a little kinder to him.
I should have opened my mouth.
What about you? Did you get up to petty vandalism?
I was going to tell you, I did something. A girl broke my heart when I was like 15, and so I egged her house, and then I realized I was friends with her sister, and so I egged my friend's house as well. I've never admitted that until right now. Yeah.
Did you only like half the house?
Yeah, just I knew what room was hers. I really went after that window. That's so lame. But my friends were like, on my side, they're like, "It's okay, Kevvy. Like, this, you'll feel better." Like, they kind of put me up to it, and I was straight edge and didn't drink or anything, so it was totally sober business. You know what I mean? Yeah. Did you drink in high school?
I drank when I was like 16 or 17, or like 16. I think I started having alcohol. I was nervous to drink before that because I was like, what if I get drunk and I tell all my family's secrets? That was the reason.
What if I tell my friends were
childhood?
Holy.
Damn.
But then I realized, like, oh, it's not so big of a deal.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get blotto. And when I will, I won't be able to talk. So.
There you go.
So there you go.
Can't spread any secrets at that point. What about you, Ryan?
I think I went to the drunk tank before you had ever drank.
Probably.
I went to the drunk tank when I was 15 on New Year's, and then my dad had to come pick me up with his designated driver.
No fucking way. He must have been kind of stoked. It's like, my son knows how to do New Year's Eve.
No, because it was bad too. Like, yeah, I remember like it's Kamloops, so it's just everything's covered in snow.
Right.
And we were like, the whole thing was like, they're gonna have a party, but there's parents there, so nothing can go wrong. I'm like, I'll fucking show you. But
Challenge accepted.
they were all. I drank half a Texas Mickey, which is half of anything Texas size is too much.
Texas toast.
Yeah. So the people said the last thing they remembered me saying was, "I'm gonna go get some DVDs."
Uh-oh. What that means.
And then I left on my bike, and like I eventually found my bike, but the cop said I was just like, the road in our part of town is a 4-lane road, and that I was just asleep in the middle of a 4-lane road in the wintertime.
Oh, at night.
Yeah, and I remember being on like the biggest drunk driving night.
Yeah.
So this cop saved my life, and I just remember like going by the street I lived on in handcuffs and being like, "You missed my stop."
Oh man, you don't know how to give people rides home.
Yeah,
wow,
so
that's crazy.
Yeah, I started drinking when I was 12, so like I've actually, this is a good time to mention going to AA currently, and probably
nice.
the longest I've gone without a drink since I was 14, probably.
Wow, that's so great.
Yeah, good for you.
How long?
5 days. No, I'm kidding. I actually don't want to say how long it is because it's not very long. Also,
that's great.
They tell you like you shouldn't like announce things until you're like a little into it.
I think that's true of any project. Like if you are like, I'm writing a book, and then but you're like a page into it, then you'll feel the accomplishment of writing the book.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They say that like psychologically.
Really?
Yeah. Always keep your dreams secret and work on them like either with your like whoever you're working with it on. Because like I was able to bang out like some spec scripts. I've done like 4.
Wow, that's great.
And then like this web series I was really pumped on. I'd be like, yeah, I'm working on it. And that's a good idea. I'm like, yeah, it is. We barely have characters named yet. Just a sad fucking Google Doc. And then just some goddamn Mr. D fan fiction. Done.
There you go.
Less proud to talk about that. Maybe that's why.
Was Kamloops where you moved on the bus?
No, it was here, baby.
Okay, it's even harder.
Yeah, no, it would have been hard in Kamloops, and like would have sucked too because I know so many people there. I would have been upset they didn't give me a ride.
Ryan moved on the bus. Do you know about that?
I didn't know that, but I can see it.
That's crazy. You don't know that.
Choosing to do that.
It used to be my only bit for my first.
Really?
From year 2 to 4 of comedy.
The first time I saw you was you did the bit about the bees in the car.
There
also
were bees in that car, baby.
Ooh, bees?
Yeah, bees. Cavalier, Chevrolet Cavalier Z22 edition, 2-door, fucking full of bees.
Bee edition.
Bee edition. Yeah. Which is a tag I tried and like got nothing.
Oh, kind of killed in this room.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
Andy liked it.
Yeah, audiences are dumb, man. They don't get bees in cars because they think you're making it up. And
yeah.
there was I forget what type of bush it was, but so when I moved here, I was like, I don't need a car, like it's a transit city. So I left my car in my parents' driveway, and then like the proximity, like they just like took it over. And this is like kind of a darker story, but I thought it was so funny. My uncle had passed away, and we were like on the way to the funeral, and I met my mom in the Regina airport, and she picked me up. And it's like, Saskatchewan is like so common. I've lived in the mountains my whole life, so it's just like everything's open. We're just driving, and I hadn't seen her in person in like 6 months. We're just talking about life, and then talking about my uncle and all this good stuff, and it was like very poetic and beautiful. And then she just goes, yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for the winter before we tow it, so the tow driver doesn't get stung. Because my sister and my mom tried to move it. They're like, they thought it was just in the side of the door, but no, they were in the engine. That's where home base was.
That's a horror movie.
And now whenever there's like a semi-viral video of like a bunch of bees in a car, it gets posted on my wall all the time.
Wow. Okay, guys. Well, that's close to an hour. So thank you for coming. What are your handles online that you'd like people to know about?
Oh, at the only Bortilin, Bortolin.
Okay, and then do you have an improv show? Like, you have shows coming up, right?
Yes. Every Tuesday at Little Mountain Gallery at 8:30 p.m. I do Little Mountain Improv, and then lots of shows around the city that you can find out about on my Instagram. I don't know when this is going to come out, but I have a show on Saturday. Should I plug that or no?
It's coming out in about 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, so never mind.
So
hopefully you came.
Everyone loved it. They did, and they loved it.
The reviews are in. Great. Lazy reviewist.
Ryan, what are your handles, sir?
Well, they got 2 love handles on the side. I'm so sorry. Oh boy,
I set you up for that on purpose.
Yeah, that was a real beta.
Yeah, I love that. So anyway, at Beta Male,
at Strong Beta, at Beta Big Beta Biceps. No, at Ryan or not on Twitter and Instagram, and I think they both have 2 N's in the Ryan because I can't remember my Instagram password. So I just don't have access to that account. My first Instagram account. And yeah, please follow me on Twitter, because all I want in comedy right now is to have more Twitter followers than current BC Lions head coach. And it's very achievable. He's at 2,300.
Oh, you can beat that, dude.
Yeah, but like I just want him to win the Grey Cup this year and me to have more followers when he does it.
I'll just give you some of mine.
Sick, dude. Yeah. And then you should go to every second Tuesday, go watch Little Mountain Improv at Little Mountain Gallery. But then on the Tuesdays opposite of that, you should come to Castaway. If you're in Kitsilano, come to Castaway Bar and Grill. Don't know if there's a grill in there. For Full Pint Comedy every Tuesday, 9 o'clock, $5. And then also, I don't know if this is legal, but I'm doing a show at Little Mountain Gallery June 22nd, which is an unlicensed sequel. My show I'm putting on Paul Blart 3. June 22nd.
Whoa.
Okay, there's a singer from Calgary named B.A. Johnston, and he called his album Gremlins 3. And the artwork is exactly what you hope it would be.
Oh, that's great.
All right, thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for
Bye. Bye.
And that's it, man. Thanks for listening. I've been your host, Kevvy. Thank you to Ryan Williams and Christine Bortolin. Make sure to follow them on social media, and make sure to follow us on social media at Comedy Here Often on all the platforms. And make sure to check out our YouTube page, because we're uploading new content every week. Okay, thank you, and we'll check you next week. Bye.